BBC global explosion. Sam Heughan admits secret love affair that shocked the world. The London night was pouring as if the sky itself were trembling. Outside the Langham Hotel, hundreds of cameras were trained on the golden revolving doors where Sam Heughan, the Scottish star who made millions of hearts flutter in Outlander, was about to enter a private room for the first, no-holds-barred, interview of his career. The world's press called it the conversation that will change everything. From New York to Tokyo, from social media to live television, millions had already booked to watch. The reason? 2 months earlier, in a vague tweet, Sam had written, "Time to tell the truth. I've been silent for too long." That was enough to ignite the internet. 1,000 theories had sprung up. Is he about to reveal his Hollywood exit, or confess to a secret affair with a co-star? Or something even more terrifying, BBC presenter Clara Winton had agreed to be the interviewer. She was the only person Sam agreed to meet, and in the contract, there was a line that stunned the media. No questions off limits. Inside the soundproofed room, a pale yellow light fell on Sam's face. He was thinner, his beard was growing thin, his deep-set eyes betrayed the scars of sleepless nights. On the table, a steaming cup of Scottish tea, Clara entered, carrying a notebook and a microphone. "Are you ready?" she asked. Sam smiled slightly, but there was something both painful and liberating about her smile. "I don't know, but I think the world needs to hear this." The camera flashed. The clock read 8 p.m. The BBC was broadcasting live. The truth began to emerge. Clara began with light-hearted questions: his career, his roles, the pressures of fame. Sam answered calmly, sometimes with a touch of humor. But they both knew the audience wasn't expecting that. They waited for the moment to break. "You said," Clara changed her tone, "that there were things you had to hide for years, not out of fear, but to protect others. Can you elaborate on that?" The room fell silent. Sam looked down, twisting the silver ring on his finger, the one fans had always seen him wearing, but he had never explained why. "There are things," he said slowly, "that people think they know, but they don't. They see Sam Heughan as a tough, elegant, heroic figure on screen. But they don't know what the person behind all those scenes gave up." Clara leaned in. "You mean a relationship?" A pause. Then Sam nodded. "Yes. Someone. The whole world knows. But no one knows. We were together, in the dark." At that moment, Twitter exploded. Millions of viewers screamed, Who the hell?" Clara looked at him intently. "Are you talking about Katrina Balfe?" Sam chuckled, shaking his head. "No, she's my best friend, and I would never hurt that friendship." He raised his head, looking straight into the camera. "The person I love is the person the world thinks I could never love." The air in the room became thick. Clara held her breath. The camera crew didn't dare move. Only the ticking of the clock on the wall could be heard. Sam leaned into the microphone, his voice trembling slightly, but his eyes strangely determined. "The person I love," he said slowly, "is the person the world thinks I'm only acting with, but never really was." Clara frowned slightly. "You're saying?" "Yes," Sam interrupted, his lips trembling as if each word cut deep into his heart. "I've loved her for 8 years. And no, it's not Katrina Balfe." He paused, looking straight into the camera. "It's Sophie Skelton." In that moment, the world exploded, social media exploded. The hashtag Sam Heughan, hashtag Sophie Skelton, hashtag Heughan Truth covered Twitter in 3 minutes. The Outlander fan page crashed under the traffic. The BBC had to increase the bandwidth for the live broadcast. Viewership had surpassed 100 million. Clara tried to keep her composure, but her hand tightened on the pen. You mean, during the filming, you two were really in love? Sam nodded slightly. A hint of sadness flashed through his eyes. We hid it all. Because of the contract, because of the pressure, because the world never forgives ill-timed love. Ill-timed, Clara repeated. He smiled bitterly. She was engaged when we met. I was in a complicated relationship with someone else too. But between the scenes, between the cheers of the fans, between everything that was staged, we were really in love. A forbidden love, hidden by thousands of acting photos, but it was the only thing that made me feel alive. The camera shook slightly. Perhaps someone in the crew had shed tears.